Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about an odd lady, not just a regular troublemaker. Even heaven sees her as a goofball. At that moment, the old grandpa who just argued with Angelo suddenly transformed into a superhero to help lift her up. Angelo thought to himself, a bottle of hard liquor can fix everything. So he brought one and started giving her a booze bath in sunlight. What a hilarious scene. The nun reads the Bible to the kids, hoping for a miracle to save the girl. Unfortunately, God seems too busy sipping coffee. Even though Angelo was giving it his all, death just wasn't in the mood to let her go. Ultimately, he had to flee the quarantine house with the nun and 2 kids, feeling quite defeated. The next morning, the nun finally brought a bottle of fine wine as a thank you to Angelo. It was truly a hilarious thank you party, but Angelo thought, this fine wine could make the princess prettier, but alas, I can only use it to quench my thirst. Just as Angelo was in a hurry to wash up, the townsfolk mistook him for the head drug dealer, making him the hot topic of the day. Just like that, he was pushed and shoved by the confused crowd straight to the police station, while the chief was too busy packing to pay him any mind. In all the chaos, Angelo actually found a shoemaker as his sidekick. It seems he didn't want to face all this trouble alone. Even though pursuers were closely trailing behind him, that despicable spy still managed to dash off ahead of him. How absolutely infuriating it is. Angelo was running around in panic, but unfortunately got hurt. Definitely not his lucky day. He stumbled upon a lady's corpse and the lazy cat, and the cat seemed to think he was special, trailing behind him. Angelo was playing dodge and weave on the rooftops, while the cat followed him closely. What a duo! Meanwhile, the 3 Austrian spies were running in circles chased by villagers, with one eventually becoming the village clown. That night, during the pouring rain, Angelo had to sneak in through a skylight. Now that's what I call risky. He found a little cat. What a delightful surprise. He decided to take it along for the adventure. In the chaos, just as he was sneaking away, the cat interrupted him. Bad timing. Ultimately, Angelo couldn't escape, being pulled along by the cat. It's such a funny predicament. Together, they entered the house, with the cat marching in confidently while Angelo tiptoed nervously behind. He slowly tiptoed down from the 2nd floor barefoot, looking every bit like a guilty child sneaking treats. What a sight. Just then, a woman in a white dress emerged, looking as disheveled as he. Angelo looked like a natural-born criminal, thinking he'd be kicked out. To his surprise, she invited him in. A truly unexpected hospitality. The lady prepared food for him, and the house belongs to her aunt. True gentlemanly behavior. Her family had fled long ago, making Angelo's guest experience quite peaceful. Angelo kept apologizing, fearing his clumsiness might bother her, but she really didn't mind at all. Just as he thought about saying goodbye, the lady brought out some plum wine, inviting him for more conversation. But when he finally stood by the table and took a closer look, he realized he had already transformed into Sleeping Beauty wine, indeed, proving to be a delayed but effective nighttime sedative. Watching the panicking residents outside, the lady felt a bit worried, while the cat thought, this dude is sleeping like a baby. The next morning, Angelo woke up to an empty room and realized something was horribly wrong. Even the white dress had vanished. Her clothes and her presents had vanished along with the cholera outbreak. Helpless, Angelo had no choice but to follow the evacuation. Passing by the nun and the kids' home, Angelo felt his heart sink. Seems like they had turned into missing persons. He followed the troop up the mountains and unexpectedly met an old friend. Talk about a shocking coincidence. In the depths of the mountains, Angelo wrote a letter to his mom. Despite the long journey, his longing never faded. Meanwhile, the locals were suffering from cholera, while Angelo stood like a brave soldier, fighting against the epidemic. He had no intention of stopping. He planned to return to Italy and continue his revolution like a walking delivery guy. His body saved him some money, hoping he could deliver some love to comrades in Marseille. Due to cholera hindrance, his new plan was to deliver the money to Milan. First, he truly had become the organization's runner. Little did he know, the Manus border was already sealed by the military, making exit as tough as an empty city stratagem. What a mess. Alongside Angelo trapped, there was the guy who sold him out yesterday. What a twist of fate. This guy caught cholera, watching his sorry state. Angelo felt sorry, but couldn't help laughing. He decided to give Paul some hard liquor, hoping to help. Talk about a ridiculous situation. If it weren't for the spies catching Paul's dad, he wouldn't have resorted to selling out his friend's life. Is truly ironic. At that moment, the sound of a horse interrupted Angelo's thoughts. It seems it's time to relax a bit. Just as Angelo was busy tending to Paul, his horse got spooked by gunfire. What a comedy of errors. Seeing the horse start to panic, Paulina took the initiative to calm it down, a scene so heartwarming. Even with the army blocking the path, Angelo's idea was bold, to say the least. Paulina hesitated a bit, asking why he wanted to take them to Rogello. Everything was still uncertain. And so, Paulina mounted Paul's horse as they waded through a creek, truly reminiscent of an adventure movie. Soon, they reached a checkpoint guarded by a dozen soldiers. and Angelo decided to try bribing them with cash.